Today we tackled the speed painting, which, while we don't have a dictionary clear definition, can be loosely interpreted as a finished painting done within 1 to 3 hours of work. The purpose of a speed painting within work is typically to be forms of fast exploration, and definitely not to explore the final look of something, so definitely not a keyframe. Because it is focused on speed, a lot of the steps that we went through in our previous paintings, like carefully planning out a mini black and white thumbnail to determine values, are skipped over, and we rely on our intuition instead to tackle things like composition, color, and values almost instantly. This is also why I propose that speed paintings can really only be at a 30% completion level of what your normal paintings look like. For the foundations necessary for a speed painting come from doing your typical paintings constantly, and eventually you'll start to develop an almost intuition level of execution, allowing you to make decisions almost instantly. This is also the episode where I went over brushes, everyone's favorite portion. I go over which brushes I use specifically for what task, and I am an advocate for both sides of the argument for brushes. Brushes are only a tool, not a holy Excalibur that will instantly make a painting great. But in the nature of a tool, if you're using the right tool for something, everything will look much better and be faster. Don't forget, only good cooks will truly be able to wield the best ingredients and equipment properly to bring out their full potential. So if you had to choose between skill level and a good brush, I would definitely go for skill level. And also, these are just my brushes. If you have something that you like that you're currently using, by all means, please use it. You do not need to use any of my brushes. You are completely able to do a speed painting without any of my brushes. In fact, there are definitely brushes out there that are better than mine. And now we dive in and I demonstrate how to paint not 1, not 2, but 3 speed paintings, each tackling something different. With Cinderella, I explained that the most foolproof method of drawing a human is just asking the human to pose for you. Yes, artists should learn anatomy, but when you only have 2 hours to deliver a painting to your director, I just saved you 5 years of studying anatomy. This is a foolproof class after all. As we paint in chat, I go over which specific brushes I used for each part, and explain that areas like the hands and face will inevitably take more time because they need that extra care and attention. Then we head to the forest, where I am now stitching a few more photos from my beginning base, tackling an altarpiece composition with a little fox adventure. I noticed that I haven't been drawing anything green, so this is a nice opportunity to take advantage of the fact and tackle some lush, mossy forest locations. I also intentionally want a little bit of story to go with this painting, and make the sword this sort of mangled root-like texture and material to match the roots of the tree, and I'm having these roots just like crawl across the rocks, make it feel like it's being ingrained into the heart of the forest. And I finished this piece off with some field blur, god rays, color dodge, color lookup, and a selective color. Right after that, without missing a beat, we head into our first perspective exterior demo, and our final painting, which is of a little angel at a train stop in Europe. To keep things fast, I rely on the photo a little more heavily, and all the photos used in this piece were given to me from a friend who had studied abroad in Europe from his personal collection. I bash in a few different pieces accordingly to the perspective grid, and I changed the colors into something much brighter and also more pastel, because I don't want to just copy the photograph, I want to make this piece my own. As always, after using only like 3 of my 10 brushes, I finished the piece off with the standard color lookup and selective color. And I now have 3 different speed paints, all done from scratch for you to see. Pieces that I created specifically for this course in order to demonstrate different aspects. And that's it. We've done it. This is the last recap that will cover overall paintings. You've gotten to the 8th module, and you deserve a break. From long paintings, that is, because now I am going to push you into creating fast paintings, and I encourage you to really experiment this module. Let's find out more in the practice and improvement section for this lesson.